Shipping code with AI tools is faster than ever. But testing all that generated code is still where most builders get stuck. You ship a new feature in 20 minutes, then spend 2 hours clicking around to make sure nothing broke. So today I want to show you how I'm fixing that part of my workflow using TestSprite. We're going to test a healthcare dashboard built with Next.js, first locally with Claude Code, and then I'll deploy it to Netlify and run the same kind of tests against the live site. Just front-end testing for this one, since that's where most of the visual bugs hide anyway. Over here in VS Code, I've got a healthcare dashboard project. It's a Next.js app with pages for patient records, appointments, a vitals tracker, and a simple admin login. Nothing crazy, but enough moving parts to actually stress test. If I run npm run dev real quick, you can see it boots up on localhost port 3000. There's a sidebar with the main sections and a dashboard that shows blood cells, upcoming appointments, and a couple of charts. The kind of UI where one wrong click can hide an entire panel and you wouldn't even notice until a user complains. So now over to TestSprite. I'll go to testsprite.com and sign in. If you're new, there's a free plan with 150 credits per month, which is honestly enough to fully test 2 or 3 small projects before you have to think about upgrading. Paid plans start at $19 for the starter and $69 for the standard tier. Once you land on the dashboard, you'll see 2 main paths: local testing through the MCP server and remote testing for any app you've already deployed. We're doing local first. I'll click into the MCP Setup and grab the install command. The docs cover Cursor and Claude Code and others. I'm using Claude Code today because honestly the back and forth between Claude and TestSprite feels really natural. They kind of speak the same language. So I copy the Claude Code install command, paste it into my terminal, and I add the scope flag set to project so this MCP only applies to this codebase and not every project on my machine. Hit enter, and the MCP config gets dropped into an mcp.json file inside the project folder. Now I need an API key for it to actually run. So back in TestSprite, I click Create API Key, name it Claude Code, and copy the key. Paste it into the JSON config where it asks for the token, save the file, and we're connected. From here, I just open Claude Code in the terminal. Run the MCP command to confirm TestSprite is listed and active, and that's it for setup. Now the actual testing. The cool thing is, I don't have to write a single test. I just tell Claude Code to test the app using TestSprite. So I paste the suggested prompt from the dashboard and hit enter. Claude reads through the project, notices there's no TestSprite config yet, and starts asking me a couple of questions. Answer all the questions, and it will start working right there. Claude then sets up a testing config dashboard. I pick front end, leave the scope on the full codebase, skip the test credentials for now since the dashboard has a demo login already wired in, and confirm the port. Then it asks for a product requirements doc, which is honestly the single biggest thing that affects test quality. If you have a real PRD, upload it. If you don't, you can point it at the claude.md file or your README. The more context you give it about what the app is supposed to do, the smarter the test cases get. A few seconds later, TestSprite generates a code summary, then a structured PRD in JSON, and saves them inside a TestSprite tests folder in the project. Those documents are basically the brain of the whole operation. Everything that gets tested gets planned out from those files. After a couple minutes, the test plan is ready, and Claude asks if it can go ahead and run them. I say yes, and it opens up a local dashboard in the browser where I can watch each test in real time. Now, here's the part I genuinely did not expect to be this useful. Every single test records a video of the browser doing the test, not a screenshot, a full video. So when something fails, I'm not staring at a wall of stack trace trying to guess what happened. I'm literally watching the cursor click the wrong button, or scroll past an element, or hit a modal that never closed. For a healthcare dashboard where the UI has a lot of state, those videos save me probably an hour of debugging per failure. You also get the step-by-step actions the agent took, and the actual Playwright code it generated to run the test, so if you want to take that code and use it in your own pipeline later, it's right there. I'll let it run in the background and skip ahead to the results. Out of all generated test cases, most passed and only few failed. Click into any failed one and you get the video, the steps it tried, and a detailed explanation of where things went wrong. It gets some tests that I would never have caught by myself. Claude Code can also read the TestSprite report directly and offer to fix the issues. I just type, "Yes, please fix these," and it edits the components. That feedback loop is the whole point. So that's the local side. Now let's see how this works on a deployed app. I pushed this same project to Netlify. The live URL is sitting in my Netlify dashboard, and the app looks exactly the same as it did on localhost. I copy the URL, head back to TestSprite, and pick the web tests this time. I give the test a name, something like Healthcare Dashboard Production. Since I only care about front-end, I skip the back-end API config entirely. For the front end, I paste the live URL, leave test credentials blank, and skip the PRD upload for this one to see how well the AI does just by exploring the live site. I click Next, and TestSprite starts what they call feature exploration. It actually visits the site, walks through pages on its own, and builds a feature map from what it sees. After a couple of minutes, it shows me a draft test plan. I can scroll through, uncheck any tests that don't make sense, or edit them. I'll keep all of them and hit run. From here, it's the same loop. Tests start running in their cloud, each one with its own video recording, each one with the full step-by-step trace. I skip ahead a bit and check the results. Production is just a different beast. There's slower network response, the deployed environment doesn't have the seeded demo data, and the auth flow behaves slightly differently. One test in particular tried to use a filter on the appointments page that doesn't exist. The AI assumed there'd be a filter because that's common in dashboards. That kind of natural language editing is honestly what makes this feel different from older testing tools. You can also generate a full PDF report for any run. I click the three dots, select Download Report, and it spits out a clean report with an executive summary and per-test results. Good thing to send to a client or hand off to whoever owns QA on your team. If you want continuous testing, there's a monitor section where you set hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly schedules. Pick the tests, pick the time, drop in an email address, and TestSprite will just run it on autopilot and email you the results. There's also a GitHub app that hooks into your repo and runs tests automatically every time you open a pull request. You can even configure it to block the merge if tests fail. That's the kind of thing that pays for itself once or twice, and you forget the cost. A couple of honest notes before I wrap. TestSprite is still an AI tool, which means it sometimes generates false positives, especially on really custom business logic. The first time you run it on a complex app, expect to spend 15 minutes editing test prompts so they match what your app actually does. Once they're tuned, it's smooth. The other thing is credit usage. Each test action burns credits, so if you're on the free tier with 150 credits, you'll want to be a bit careful about how often you run the full suite versus a smaller subset. But the value here is pretty clear. Instead of clicking through your own app for an hour after every AI-generated change, you get a real test suite, video evidence of every failure, code fixes inside Claude Code, and a scheduled monitor that catches regressions while you sleep. That's the part of the AI coding workflow that's been missing for a while. If you want to try it, link is in the description. There's a 30-day trial on the starter plan if you want to push past the free tier. Let me know in the comments which bug it caught for you on your own project. I'm genuinely curious which one is the most common. That's it for today. See you in the next one.